Hello and happy gaming, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and we're going to be having a look at another new Arcana today. We've already seen it a couple times, but hell, I figure I may as well just focus on it. We're looking at Dynamic Disarray, which, if you don't remember, there you go. Matter of fact, this entire run is just going to be general mayhem, as I'm just throwing shards and wide ranges of crap everywhere. So we're using Fiery Yo-Yo, Dynamic Disarray, Frost Fan, and we're coupling that with the Gloves of Gambit. Yes, it is technically less damage than Jade's Tiara, but it fits the build. And we're just going to take the... what is this called? Hope? Yep. And the whole idea there is that it does just a little bit of everything. So it's a good general purpose robe. And we've actually got a decent spread of bosses. No Atlas, so Freya, Wonder Twins, and Wind Bitch. Sorry, I needed to refresh myself. How do you expect me to slay the hordes of chaos in the trials if I'm not refreshed? Smooth. God, I love Dynamic Disarray. It does good damage. It bounces. It's good for crowd control. It shocks. I mean, there's nothing not to like about Dynamic Disarray. It's so good. And then, of course, Fiery Yo-Yo is essentially just Tracer Barrage, the diet version. And again, you know what I feel about Tracer Barrage. And we've got ourselves a pretty solid run. It's just a matter of making sure it all comes together in such a way that I don't, stupid myself out throughout the run. There we go. Also, because of what Dynamic Disarray is, you can just build it up to 3 stocks and then throw it at that point. And you only get 3, but you also don't need to wait for it to recover all the way. Birds are just going nuts over here. Guys, if you want to say hello, there are better ways to do it. You're not going to get frozen, but that's okay. This would be a great run to find something like... oh, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I completely forgot. Oh yeah, Hunter Stiletto. Yeah, they are just having a field day over there. My goodness. Hey, this room got changed. They don't stagger anymore. They just all show up at once. So I remember that room. Those guys used to not show up for a few seconds, and you would go into that room, and it would waste your signature charge. Okay, well, there's no reason not to take Mirror Shield. Yes, birds, we all hear you. You just decided to go nuts right now when I started recording. You've been good birds all day, but not when it's time for me to record, apparently. And I know what it is. They hear me talking, so they just want to be a part of things. I don't think they yet understand that this is... oh, wow. And yes, if I have the money for it, I will come back for Dragon Arc. Alright, pretty much my entire my entire repertoire of Arcana got upgraded all at once, and it's all thanks to the new changes. Now that she carries 2 upgraded Arcana, it's just a much better chance that you'll get things that you can actually use. It's a nice little balance change that I completely love. I know I said I wouldn't harp on and on about the update, but I'm simply pointing out that that is one of the changes that became of it, is that now in the update there's more options. More options means a better chance that you'll get powered up. And that's a good thing for everybody. Maybe A button. By the way, I don't want a lot of you to forget, like I did, that I do have a Twitch channel. I'm probably going to be streaming there for a little while after this recording, so if you guys want to drop on by and say hello, I'm planning on going live in a couple hours, and I don't know, I'm not sure if I want to play Binding of Isaac, One Step from Eden, or Beat Hazard 2, which I've now carved myself a little play style out in that game, and more than anything else, what I hate are asteroids. I don't expect you to 100% know what I'm talking about unless you've played the game yourself. If you have, you know why I don't like asteroids. For those of you who haven't played it and just want a general idea, the reason why I don't like asteroids in that game is because everything else that comes after you with a pattern or just a set idea in mind of what to do. Asteroids, well, I mean, they don't have pilots, therefore they don't have brains, so they're just hunks of rock that just drift through the battlefield randomly. And you know how good randomness is for getting things done. I'll probably want either that or the memory chainmail. They're both good. Okay, can't get through there, so we'll have to go the long way. Yes, I can see that you're actually a mimic. Alright, you can all go away now. Don't know if you thought you were fooling, buddy. With just general mayhem coming from me here. Woo! Oh, look who missed. Poor baby. Maybe next time you'll get your aim straight. I say that now, but if I run into ice archers at level 3, then they're just like, hi, have some traps and some shots aimed up into the air to fall back down onto you. And it doesn't matter what our aim is because something will hit you. They're not aiming, they just spray crap. And that's the water-based archers' idea of what to do with their modus operandi is just to spray shots and hope. Spray and pray, in other words. It's kind of what I'm doing with this build. Just a lot of spray and pray. And it's educated spray and pray, but it's spray and pray nonetheless. We will upgrade this. And now I think I'm gonna take, if I can get enough money, take the other bit and buy one of those 2 relics that were on sale. Though I must admit I'm probably not going to be able to afford it. Shame. Probably could have waited on upgrading Dragon Arc, honestly, because both memory chainmail and I forget what the other one was. I'm sorry, my short-term memory is trash. Ancient Fountain Pen. Those would have both been pretty good, but we can go without. And we're going to have to because I already made my choice. Ow. I duffed. But General Mayhem comes through in the long run. What do these do again? Increase movement speed every time an Arcana is used. Speed is increased for each Arcana on cooldown. Alright, cool. Not great for this run because I have two things that work off of stocks and not necessarily off a straight cooldown, but it's not a terrible Arcana. Alright. Whee! Whee! And yes, I probably could have waited with that until I was standing a little closer to her so I could shotgun it more appropriately, but honestly, I think it's fine. We're doing just fine against her as is. There we go. See? Easy peasy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Nah, I don't want to replace my dash. Sorry, I like Chaotic Rift a little too much. Chaotic Rift has this really terrible problem where it's extremely reliable and dependable, so it just ends up being what I almost always go with. Wait, how is that a problem? I guess if it were a problem in any respect, it just means that I don't use a lot of other Dash Arcana very much. And I'm sure a lot of you have noticed that. I pretty much have my favorites that I stick with. But honestly, that is kinda how the game works. I like Flame Fusion, but what else is there? Alright, so if there's nothing else, if there's nothing of use in Ander's shop, I'll come back for Flame Fusion, but I am going to try to put priority on relics right now because I have good Arcana, and I'm not necessarily sure I want Flame Fusion to be the last one. But it wouldn't be the last one. You've got the 7th backup one, don't you? Ah, I see you've been paying attention. That's good, because apparently I haven't been. Alright, what do we got? Yeah, elemental pointies. Okay, that's not helpful. Giant's Heart. That is kind of helpful. Summon Taffy the Pinata! Okay, well I am going to take Giant's Heart. Sometimes just being able to effectively face tank something is all you need. And I will come back to upgrade my robe from Seville services once I have 100 gold. The health is not the problem right now. I just, can't pay for it. It'd be nice if I had a token of elegance, but... Oh! Genius move on my part. Alright, give me the gold. How dare you teleport out of the way? Who do you think you are? Some sort of wizard? God damn it. That was an input error. For some reason, my controller said, "Oh, diagonal, that's what you wanted." And I was like, I mean, not really, but, I mean, if you say so. Look at that lovely area of effect I have. No one told the enemies that they were trying to tame this shrew. All I have to do is just throw a bunch of things, and hey, I win! Like I said, this is very much the general mayhem build. I wouldn't call it an art. It's pretty much all martial and no art whatsoever. But you know what? It's getting the job done. And with it only costing 100 health, it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. So many positive changes were made during this last update, and that's why I keep harping on about it, because it is just so many positive changes all at once. I mean, to be fair, I guess there is a little bit of art in knowing which order to cast my spells in to get the best combos. But I mean, again, I'm just throwing things. I may as well have just walked into the kitchen, picked up a bunch of silverware, and went into combat and went, "Ha-ha! Spoons and forks and butter knives! Go, go, go!" Enemy gets close to you, frying pan. And that's where you go, "Ha, bitch, you have nothing on this." And bonus of bonuses, I can use that frying pan as a shield. Hey, double trouble. Birds have noticed that I got loud, so they're like, "No, look over here, it's us!" I see magnetic breakers and blazing lariat, and I'm thinking, yeah, but those aren't, well, I mean, to be fair, magnetic breakers is a projectile, but I already have an electric projectile that I really like. To be fair, I already had a fire projectile I really like, so I guess once again it's going to come down to whether or not I find anything interesting in the relic shop. If the answer is yes, then I don't need to come back to purchase an Arcana. If the answer is no, then I'll come back. Environmental damage! Sorry, I can't think of a rhyme for damage right now. I would try to put a song together with that, but I guess even my dorky brain is having a hard time with this one. I guess cannage? Is that even a word? What do we got here? Ooh, Cartographer's Quill. Yes, please. Atra! Hi, Han! How you doing? It's amazing you keep getting yourself caught, but I mean, at least you're not being caught by a boy with a bug-catching net in a bottle. So there's that. Yo, Dark Sage, that almost sounded like a reference to something. Nah, couldn't be, could it? Ow. Getting cocky, I need to stop doing that. And that's how you lose runs, is by just going, "Oh, they can't get close enough to me to damage me. I'm invincible!" And unfortunately, we all know what happened when Boris said he was invincible. Did Dark Sage just make a GoldenEye reference? Haha, you never know what to expect from me. Alright, so I think... There we go. Got anything for me, sir? Not really. But you know, it was worth a try. I should have gotten close to him. Oh well. Oh, throwing stars, is it? Oh, apparently you haven't heard, but I'm the master of chucking shit. No one chucks shit better than me. I'm the shit chucker. He's an ape? But he was a human. No, I mean I chuck lots of things. Episode of apes. Especially shit. No, stop bringing up shit throwing. You're the one who brought it up. No! And shotgun that. By the way, in case you're wondering why it seems like my attacks are very directed, First of all, I mean, yeah, it's more than just directing them at the two of them. Actually, between the two of them, only one of them takes damage, and that's Summon. Which I guess means that between, at least in a strictly combative sense, only one of them actually matters. Or I should say strictly in a hitbox sense. Ow. I mean, they both take damage at the same time by all technicality, but as far as the mechanics of the fight are concerned, only Summon takes damage. So, remember that when you're up against the Thunder Twins, that you have to aim for the guy. I guess that's because he's the one that takes solid shapes, whereas she's the one that has an intangible aspect. I don't know. Take it however you want, but in the long run, the two of them work together to get things done. So it's not like one of them is more important than the other. You get what I'm saying. I don't know why I'm spending so much time on this when I could be trying to kill Wind Archer. What the hell? Man, get your stupid Tornado Sentry out of here. I ain't got time for that. Ooh, thank you, Etra. See, it's worth it to make friends with fairies. They can do you all sorts of interesting favors. You know, like knocking enemies into pits or setting them up for an alley-oop. They can also do more interesting things like help you find your car keys. I mean, they're small enough that car keys will typically be pretty easy for them to spot. And, you know, fairies are good for other things too, like just general companionship. Hey, Darksage, we get it, you like fairies, you're weird. No weirder than anyone else. Take the Tesla Coil for a chance on all of my attacks to land some shock. It's a very electric run, I gotta say. So, of all of the new Arcana that I've shown off so far, what are the ones that you guys are liking the most? I haven't shown all of them yet. There's still more to go. I'd say for myself personally, between this and the Twin Turbines, those are both really good. Like, it's hard to understate just how good the Dynamic Disarray and the Twin Turbines are. Stupid arrow thrower. Darksage, he's not throwing arrows, he's shooting them. I guess if he were throwing them, they'd be tiny javelins. Oh, you mean like spears? No, javelins. Yeah, Darksage, we've already gone over this. I apologize for recycling my jokes, I'll try harder. Well, you better. Yeah. The throw crap lord is back! Ah, no, I couldn't throw that crap because it was on cooldown. Nice. It's real easy to control the battlefield when you don't have to be anywhere near anybody. Alright, so I could buy just a cheap Arcana from Iris and give it to him. unfortunately, I can't take that because it's a dash, and like I said, Nocturne and Dr. Song do not take dash Arcana. They only take standard Arcana, and they put an emphasis on unenhanced Arcana first. Then if all of your standards are enhanced, then they will, at that point, default... Oh, down there. Should have had the map open earlier. Then they will default to the one that you've had the longest. Which means if I were to just give him something right now, I would end up losing Dynamic Disarray. And seeing as that's kind of one of the big cornerstones of my run, I'm going to say no way, Jose. You can have this rock-solid Tomahawk, though. Alright, let's see what he offers me. Whatever he offers me will be enhanced, so that's... Hey, you guys get to see another new one. Razor Petals. See? It's a very interesting Arcana that I think it definitely fills a niche that's left open for Earth-based attacks that are really good with critical hit builds. And I know there's Obsidian Cascade, but that's really hard to hit with all the daggers on. Yo, Dark Sage, what about rock and roll? Okay, yeah, I get it. And as you can see, because it gets multiple charges, you can use it kind of rapid fire. It's really, really good. And even though my setup is a little bit more geared towards power right now, believe me, it's one of those things that I'm still happy to have because I can still kind of make use of critical hit-based things. And it also combos really well with the throw shit idea that I have going on right now. Birds. Oh, hi, Doctor. If I can get a cheap Arcana from Iris, I'll definitely come back to give you one. And it can set off barrels. Which, by the way, that's not as trivial as it seems. Not all Arcana can set off explosive barrels. As strange as that sounds, because I mean, even though like explosive canisters and whatnot in real life don't explode that easily. You know, in video games and movies, explosive barrels and oil canisters are basically just touch here for instant explosion. Just add the tiniest bit of kinetic force and boom, baby! Hey, what's that over there? It says do not expose to open flame. Must be flammable or explosive in some way. Wind, wind, earth, wind. Okay, can't even open that. Now, one thing I am going to do real quick is come up here just to make sure that Cartographer's Quill gets maxed out. There we go. And if somehow or another I find multiple Wind Arcana all in one area, then sure, I'll come back and... Oh, you guys thought just because you broke through the barrels you had instant access to take my head off? Come on, guys. You didn't think I'd be prepared for that? Sometimes you're not. But I was this time. How are we supposed to know that? You know what? Fuck you. Why don't you just take your logic and go to bed? Okay, I don't have a single cursed relic. Special Snowflake is neat. Noxious Dabracap would be good against bosses. Which I would argue right now is probably the better idea, but let me find Iris. Oh. How did I manage to not trigger the battle room last time I came through here? Like, what the actual hell? I also like how it lingers there for just a little bit. That is just so good. Oh, and there's twin turbines! Having way too much fun with this. Let's settle it down. We're gonna do what I said I was gonna do. Take a cheap Arcana and bring it back to Dr. Song. You know, I just thought of this. What Razor Petals reminds me of is of the Windmill Throwing Star from the NES Ninja Gaiden series. Or like how in anime, the giant throwing star, like some characters will have the ability to just throw it out, and it just spins in place like a strange medieval torture device. So there you go, Razor Petal. It's like an anime throwing star. There you go, thank you. Renewing Potion Vial. I love it, I love it. Also, didn't I have another relic? Am I dumb? Oh no, I was gonna come back for Noxious Dabracap. Okay. I mean, yes, I am dumb, but not that dumb. My goodness, that was beautiful. Alright. That was a good find as well. Yeah, didn't even have to buy a health potion for the entire run. But we still have Shu, the challenge room, and the challenge rooms in Sura, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. How's that for doing 70% damage in one combo? Alright, this is beautiful. Loving how this is working out. Alright. So, yeah, Razor Petals? That's a definite, like, super high-ranked Arcana. All the enemies in this room subscribe to the school of throw a bunch of crap as well. Now, dare you stagger me with an arrow so that I get hit by your thief friend. Which, by the way, for all you D&D players out there, is a good way for rogues and rangers to work together. Oh, he immediately opens up by summoning minions? What a jerk. Okay, you guys can go away now. Alright, I've gotten better against high-level strafe archer, but that's still scary. Oh yeah! Look at that, Token of Doom. Man, that's well timed to show up right at the end of the run where you can't even run into Nox anymore. And that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so not everything about the new update is perfection. Oh, is it the end of the line for me as well? Apparently you have no idea how many times we've repeated this cycle, sir. Love that Razor Pedal spell, my goodness. Remember, just about all of the new spells are really good. Alright. Now let us begin the true duel of who can throw the most shit. Like I said, all martial and no art. Yeah. This is once again an odd missed input. Ah. So if there were such a thing as a Wizard of Legend combo video, Razor Pedal is how you get your hits. My goodness. That spell is even better than I thought it would be. So, that's my advice, everyone. Razor Pedal. It's like the death flower you never knew you needed. But Darkseid, who needs a death flower? Apparently I do. And one more Chaos Arcana? Phantom Squadron, that sounds neat. Alright, so I have been testing the new Chaos Arcana, by the way. Two of them seem iffy, one of them seems okay. I don't know about this new one though, so I'm going to give Phantom Squadron a try off camera, and we'll see how I feel about it. But that's the end of this run, so thank you very much for watching. I very much enjoyed this run. I typically enjoy just runs where all I do is throw shit. But also, I'm very much enjoying the new Arcana, and I hope you guys are as well, because it's all good stuff so far. It's all been fantastically fun to play. It's been fantastically fun to show off. I hope you guys are having fantastic fun watching it. So thank you very much for all the support, and I will be back in another video. My name is Darkseid Walker, and I will be seeing you